I am now in Sequoia National Forest. I just stumbled upon this road that goes up through the mountains. Just an offshoot. Definitely bears out here, so I gotta be careful. I'm gonna walk around a bit. This tree is huge. I can't even wrap my arms halfway around it. That's big. That's a big, big tree. That's gotta be at least 6 feet wide. That's nuts. Wow. I was considering staying here for the night, but I have this feeling that it's just too good to be true. You can camp here. There's bear shit everywhere, and there's bullet casings. People been partying out here, shooting guns at all of the trees. So all the trees are dying because they've been shooting them. There's beer cans everywhere, and I just don't think it's a good idea. There's bear tracks in the stream, but it is a nice place, and it's too bad. It's like 2 p.m. I have plenty of time to keep going, but this is one of the nicest, most beautiful places I've ever seen. It's crazy beautiful. There's a stream. It's green. The sun is shining through. Sequoias. People just been, shooting it up, and people leave food around. It's no wonder that they keep coming back. This is not a good spot for me to stay. See, there's some more trash. It's too bad. This place is beautiful. But I'm afraid that the bears will be in here once I go to bed, and if not people, I'm sure people will come. But yeah, there's bear tracks along there, so I'm gonna go. But what a place. What a place indeed. I'm glad to have seen it, but it's time to go. I'll show you the ride out. What's going on, everybody? It's me, Merch, and here we are. I have been riding pretty much all day. I left Kern and I was going up through the canyons. I didn't record everything because it does get kind of redundant filming the exact same canyons and the exact same landscape. So I waited till it changed up a little bit, waited till I got up until the forest. And when I saw this, I turned on the camera and I was very excited. I was hoping to get that shot of me playing my guitar in a nice landscape with a beautiful sun and all these things. I am looking forward to playing my guitar for you guys at some point in time. But the unfortunate rules of YouTube is that if you play a guitar on YouTube, you immediately get copyright striked. So I cannot actually play any chords on audio, or I will get a copyright strike and they will demonetize my video. That is the nature of the beast. But at some point in time, I would like to at least show myself playing a couple chords. But unfortunately, this was not the area, guys. Bullets and trash and bear scat. We're also at about 6,000 feet elevation, so it's probably going to be very cold out there. Even though it looks sunny and warm at the time, the temperatures drop. They drop fast. Also, I wouldn't be able to have a fire out there. Like I mentioned a lot of times, I don't have fires anyways, but this particular area is extremely prone to fire watches. So you actually have to have a permit to have a fire there. You couldn't just start a fire if you wanted to. You have to call it in. And it's also an area where there is no service. Zero cell phone service, no GPS, just giant pines, switchbacks, dirt roads, bears, all the good stuff. But this is the woods. This is the forest of California that a lot of people don't get to see. I'm off on some back roads. I was following this road. I don't even know exactly how I got on the road. I was no GPSing because I had none, and I was just sort of going with the flow, following the road. And I'm not really sure what happened, but at some point the pavement ended and I wound up here. I went to look at my GPS and there was none. You can sort of see where you are, kind of, with your GPS off, but for the most part what I do is I just keep driving until I can talk to somebody. But in this case, the only people around were the trees and the bears, neither of which I was particularly interested in at the moment, but I was still having a good time because it was 2 p.m. and there's one thing I know, that you can definitely just keep driving until the sun goes down, which is around 8 p.m. at this current time. So I had plenty of time to get out of the woods, both figuratively and literally. So I wasn't so worried about it. I was just sort of driving and taking in everything and hoping that a mountain lion wasn't going to jump out and bite me, because there are also mountain lions out here. There's a lot of wilderness. There's a lot of animals. You guys probably don't see it as much on the camera, but I am constantly looking around all the time and I see all sorts of wildlife. There's pheasants, there's snakes, there's rattlesnakes, there is deer, there is all sorts of cool things to see and you listen to them too. That's another thing that I try and do. I'll be riding for a while and I'll shut the bike off and take a break, walk around, see what I can smell. Sometimes there's new smells, there's new vegetation, and when you turn your motorcycle off for a little while, the animals, they're a little bit timid at first because all the noise. There's usually no motorcycle noise where they live, but when you turn it off and you sit there for like 5 to 10 minutes, things start to move again. The woods start to come alive again. The things start to buzz and hum and chirp and move. And if you do that and you have some time and there's nobody around, you can really see some things that you would have missed. And I enjoy doing that out here. But there is a time and a place. And when the sun is setting and you don't know where you are, it's not the time nor the place. So I did that earlier on in the ride, but at this point, it was getting towards that time. 3 p.m. is the witching hour, in my opinion. I know that seems a little bit crazy, but 3 p.m. works for me. That's when I start to generally get an idea of how much ground can I cover before it gets dark. So, for example, in this situation, I'm thinking, okay, these are extremely sketchy switchback woods roads. They are very slow. I cannot go very fast. So I can probably only make it 50 miles max before the sun goes down, at least continuing on like this. So I need to start thinking about it now, 3 p.m., before the sun goes down at like 8, to give myself a decent, realistic expectation. I definitely don't want to sleep out here with the bears. It's just not a good idea. I have peanut butter, cookies. You know what I'm saying, guys? I have all the goods. I have everything that they want. It's springtime. They're waking up. They haven't eaten since fall. They are hungry. They can smell that peanut butter. They can probably smell it as I'm riding by. They're probably following me right now. No joke. Bears can smell food from miles and miles away. If you think that you can roll up into bear country without some sort of a bear bin or something, you are in for a bad time. Those, you'll see right up here, I speak with some guys. They're doing some tree work up here in this little town. But they tell me exactly what I was thinking. This is bear country. If they wanted to, they would get into my lockbox and they would absolutely ruin my bike. You'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is a nice little crossroad here where I have no idea where I'm going. Okay, let's take a look at a map. I don't know what's the way to go. And I'm trying to get out of the woods. That's the road less traveled. Probably should go this way. I really don't know. It's a coin flip, but this one's actually sort of important. So I guess we'll take the road most traveled on this particular one, just because I don't want to be out here tonight. Pavement?
Yeah, I'd say about like 2-3 more miles up this way. But yeah, that is not the way to go, man.
Okay, dude. Thanks, man. So, without GPS, luckily I could rely on my intuition. And also with people, asking people, always ask people if you're not sure. If you see somebody, even if it's being rude, yell at them, because you might not see somebody else for a while if you're out in the middle of nowhere. But yes, you need to pay attention to the roads, the little details, because the pine needles on the road, if there's pine needles on the road, that means that nobody's been down there for a long time, because just a tire going over it will break a pine needle in half, and 2 tires going over it will do it again and ground it down. You see how there's these 2 tracks going down, and this is a well-traveled road, so you can tell. That's one of those little things that you should always pay attention to. The other way would have led me pretty much on and on. I think it was even a dead-end road. I would have been a very, very bad night. Luckily, you can kind of put 2 and 2 together. But just in case you guys aren't sure, take a look at the road and see, is it well-traveled? Is it not well-traveled? I know it doesn't apply in every situation. On pavement, that doesn't really apply. But still, one of those little things. It's really cool when you can roll up and talk with people. These guys confirmed exactly what I was thinking. They were not having a good day, man. They were having a bad day. Dude, that sucks. Hours, days?
No, 45 to an hour.
Okay, before dark though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Bear tracks by the stream. I'm like, nah, man, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, you're forced, bud.
Yeah, I got food in here, so it's like I can't stay out here with food in here.
He's gonna get his claws in there, and you're gonna peel it.
Yeah.
45 minutes, we'll have to watch this thing.
Dude, everything out here is pretty tinder like, huh?
Yeah.
Like one spark, and this place is lit right up. Well, you guys stay safe. Hey, thanks for the help. No bears for me tonight, okay? What's up, guys? There's something about traveling and going around by yourself that puts you into sort of like a vulnerable position that if you're very, very friendly to other people, they usually will try and help you out. It's something that I've realized. I realized it kind of a long time ago when I was traveling. I've always been a solo traveler for the most part. I really enjoy putting myself out there. And there's a lot of people that travel. They like to travel in groups, or at least travel in pairs. But there's not as many people that like to do this type of stuff by themselves. So if you're doing this by yourself and other people who are locals to that area see you, and they see you being open and honest and saying, hey, I don't know where I am, I'm lost, can you help me? What's the bear issue around here? What's the good and what's the bad? What should I look out for? If you ask these questions, if you're open and you're honest with the people, they will always help you out. They will always help you out. And a lot of times I've made some pretty good acquaintances, some good friends on the side of the road. Just because I am being a real, true, and open and honest person. If you're like this pretentious guy showing up in your Mercedes-Benz and you pretend like you know everything about the area when you clearly don't, no one is going to help you. Nobody wants to help you in that position. So if you're just being a genuine person and traveling, it builds character. it builds character because it makes you sort of realize, or I should speak for myself, it makes me realize, okay, I know this about this area, but that is it. I hope that I can learn more. How do I learn more? I ask people. I ask people things that I need to learn. And when you do things like that, or when I do things like that, it really opens up this vulnerability, I guess. And that is the bond that makes friendships. Whether it's only for 5 minutes, like those two guys down there, I knew them for a split second, but I could already tell that if we were hanging out, we would be pretty cool. Not only because I used to do tree work, I didn't even mention that, but just because they are hardworking individuals, they were open and honest, I was open and honest, there's a connection there. When that connection isn't made, it's usually on one individual's part. So I try my very best to make sure that it's not on my part. And I try and be as open as honest as I can when I'm traveling. And I've never had a bad experience doing that yet. And actually, it has made my experiences exponentially better. I have such a good time, and I feel like I actually did something that was true to my personality, which is, I got those tattoos on my fingers, guys. Stay true. I'm always trying to stay true to who I am. There's always times where it's very easy to sort of pretend like you're somebody that you're not, and you know what you're doing out of ego. But you gotta leave the ego in the dust. Forget the ego. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help anybody else, and it sure doesn't help me when I'm on the road. There's one thing I know, it's that I don't know where I am. I will admit it immediately. And for pretty much this entire video, guys, I had no clue what I'm doing or where I'm going. The only thing I know is that I can rely on my fellow man for help at all times. So thank you.
What's up, guys? What's going on?
Those two dudes over there, they told me that I should take a right-hand turn. I was going to take a left-hand turn, and the right-hand turn led me exactly where I needed to go, and it led me to the road that was in the last video, which was like one of my favorite rides of all time. And I owe that to strangers and asking for help. So if there's nothing else you take away from this specific video, ask for help if you need it. But next up, guys, we're going to Yosemite. It wasn't exactly how I wanted it to go. The Mariposa was closed. The big trees, man, they had a serious storm in January and it cracked 15 of them. So they're closed. So I didn't get to see those. I'm just spoiler alert, but there's plenty of beautiful things we're going to take a look at the next time. I will see you very, very soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.